following along in the book, starts on page 66. As always, it starts with a Pushkin quote that we used for foreshadowing, right? And I shall know some savor of elation amidst the cares, the woes, and the vexation. So elation is that really good feeling. Think about like when it's finally time for your birthday party or a sleepover or whatever, and you're just so excited, okay? But then woes are like the downsides of life, and vexation is frustration. So even though there's good, there's still some bad. July 29th, 1920, Antwerp, Belgium. Dear Tova, Antwerp is a wonderful city. The people are so kind and generous, even the children. I play with them in the park outside my room. Giselle is the name of the girl who reminds me of Hannah. She really isn't like Hannah at all, now that I've come to know her. She is more practical and solid than Hannah. She brings her ball to the park and we play catch. I have learned many bouncing rhymes, though I don't always understand what I am singing. The children laugh at my accent, but not in a cruel way. It seems I have lived in Antwerp always. The old couple I board with, Marie and Gaston, are kind to me. They enjoy when I speak with them in Flemish. Gaston laughs and claps his hands when I tell him a story about my day. Listen to her, Marie, he crows. Is she not wonderful? I can hardly believe that it ever felt strange to me here. The bridges over the canals, the market at the Grenaplatz, the beautiful carriages and horses trotting along the streets, the cabarets and the hula dancers, they are all so familiar to me now. I wish Mama and Papa were here, the boys too, and you, Tova, and Hannah, and Uncle Avram, and Bubby Ruth, everyone. I wish you were all here. How I would love to share this wonderful city with you. Not only are the people kind in Belgium, but the food is splendid. Sister Katrina and the lady from the highest have introduced me to so many new tastes. Almost always I eat in the market. It costs very little, so I am saving Papa's money in the food, Tova. You wouldn't believe. There is a fruit called a banana, colored yellow like a June sun and curved. You peel the skin off, and underneath is a white fruit so sweet and creamy it makes even Frouli's milk seem thin by comparison. So in that last couple sentences, we have that it's a banana, a colored yellow like a June sun. So we have a comparison. We have like or as, so it is definitely a simile. Bottom of 67. And ice cream. If the people in Berdichev could taste ice cream, they would give up eating everything else. In the afternoon, the ice cream man comes down King Street with a giant dog pulling his cart. He rings a little bell as he walks, and we crowd around him. The dog wags its tail and stands very still. I never knew such a dog and such a man. And there is chocolate. This food I found without anyone's help, Belgian chocolate. It is like biting off a little corner of heaven, even better than Mama's pastry. May she never hear me say that. I told Sister Katrina how much I like the chocolate. Now she always has a piece for me to eat with the tea that she serves after my treatment. So a couple things here. If people in Berdichev could taste ice cream, they would give up eating everything else. That seems like a bit of a stretch. It seems a little over the top, over being your key word there. So that's a hyperbole, right? And then we have, it is like biting off a little corner of heaven. That is a clear simile. Yep, it's got the like or as. And then one thing that I can share with you is that it very much is a cultural thing. Whenever you're served tea or coffee in Belgium, whether it's someone's home or a restaurant or a coffee shop or whatever, there's always a little cookie or chocolate that comes with it. You must eat foods that are good for you too, Rifka, she says, not just chocolate. I know, I answer, but often I eat nothing but ice cream and chocolate and bananas. See, Tova, I am a little clever. I have found one advantage to being on my own. I eat exactly as I please. Sister Katrina says the ringworm is beginning to heal. She is happy with my progress, but I can tell she worries that there is no hair yet. In Antwerp, it doesn't seem to matter that I have no hair. When I first arrived, the lady from the highest took me shopping. She took me to a department store and helped me choose some dresses. I needed new clothes. The Belgians fumigate all your belongings before they let you enter their country, just as the Polish do. Of course, the Belgians are far more kind in the way that they treat you, but after 2 fumigations, my old clothes were falling to pieces. While I was shopping with the lady from the highest that first week, I saw a hat that I wanted, a hat that would cover my baldness. I thought, if only I owned such a hat, it would not matter so much that I was bald, but I did not have the money, so I started saving, and as soon as I could, I returned to the department store. I would have that hat. With that hat, I would not be ashamed of the way I look. With that hat, I could hold my head up anywhere, but when I got to the store, the hat was gone, sold to someone else. So you can see that she's a little bit vain here, because she's really all about her appearance, right? Can't really blame her, but her blonde hair was a big deal. It really set her apart. So she wants this hat. "We can make you another," said the sales clerk. She took my measurements without saying a word about the scabs on my head. A new hat was made just for me. It is black velvet with shirring. The brim has light blue velvet underneath. Now that the ringworm is clearing up, I don't have to wear kerchiefs all the time. I don't have to sterilize every stitch of cloth that comes near my head. I don't have to look like a poor, needy immigrant Jew from Berdichev. I'm hoping I can go to America soon. Sometimes I think I will lose my mind longing for Mama. Her yeasty hands, her red-cheeked face, and Papa, wrapped in his talus, davening, his knees slightly bent slightly, his body bobbing forward and back, praying in the gray light of dawn. I ache to smell the kindled Sabbath candles and to hear Papa and Mama's voices raised in prayer, just to hold them and be held by them once more. I miss them so much. And the way Nathan brushed my hair, how he smoothed my tangled curls more gently than Mama ever did. I miss Saul, and his big feet and his teasing. I wonder if I can learn to make ice cream when I get to America. I know it has something to do with milk from a cow. Maybe Bubby Ruth and Frulik can go into business. The Russians don't forbid Jews to make ice cream yet. At least not that I know. Maybe Bubby Ruth can earn enough money making ice cream. She can be as well-to-do as you and Hannah and Uncle Avram. If I can't get you and Bubby Ruth out of the old world, maybe I can at least give you something from the new. Shalom, my cousin, Rifka. So, we have lots going on here. When she says, "Sometimes I think I will lose my mind longing for Mama," that is a hyperbole, right? She's not going to lose her mind. You could also say that it's an idiom because it's a commonly used saying. Davening, so it says that Papa is knelt down and everything, and davening is just reciting the liturgical prayers. Okay, then we keep going, and it says, "I ache to smell the kindled Sabbath candles." She doesn't ache to smell them, right? It's not a physical pain, but it feels like a physical pain. It's that strong. So this could go in the category of either a metaphor or a hyperbole. Isn't figurative language fun? Some of them are real cut and dry, others not so much. The sister of okay, so now, we need to go on to chapter 11. The sister of misfortune, hope, in the underdarkness dumb, speaks joyful courage to your heart. The day desired will come. So, in this one, we've got some definite foreshadowing, just with the mood alone, right? So in this one, you can tell that this one is chosen because it's got this feeling of being hopeful, right? It's a positive thing. And then it says, "The day desired will come." So, what will happen in this chapter? Let's find out. September 14th, 1920, Antwerp, Belgium. Dear Tova, I am going to America. The nun, Sister Katrina, says my ringworm is completely cured, and the doctor signed my papers. "Godspeed," he said. "Go ahead." At last I am free to go to America, to join Mama and Papa and all my giant brothers. It has been an entire year since leaving Berdichev. Such a year! My hair still has not started growing. Sister Katrina says perhaps it never will. I can't imagine going through life with no hair on my head. There are wigs, perukes, But a short, ugly peruke on my head? What a thought! So, a peruke, if you think of the wig that George Washington wore, or you see like traditional judges and stuff with all the little curls and everything, that's a peruke. Um, my hair was the only nice thing about me. So, do we see some vanity happening again? And that's a bit of a hyperbole. There's obviously some other talents in her. Still, okay, sorry. My hair was the only nice thing about me. Still, I am trying to remember your advice, Tova, to rely on my wits and not my looks. I don't look so bad in a hat or with my kerchief. Not really, once you get used to it. I hope Mama can get used to it. As for me being clever, even with what Sister Katrina and the lady from the highest say about me in languages, I'm still not so sure. The lady from the highest helped me to buy a ticket. She looks very much like the highest lady in Warsaw. Little and energetic, with an unruly silver bun on top of her head. Maybe they must all look like this to work in the highest. Maybe I should also work for the highest when I grow up. I am certainly the right height, though I might have difficulty with the bun if my hair does not grow. The highest lady took me around to the steamship company as soon as the doctor gave me permission to leave. She advised me to buy a ticket on a small ship leaving Antwerp tomorrow. I could wait for 2 more weeks and sail on a big ship, but I don't want to wait. Besides, if I sailed on a big ship, I would have to sail to America in steerage. Steerage is what they call it when the poor people crowd together down in the belly of the ship. People in steerage have no privacy, not an inch of space to turn from their left to their right. This is how Mama and Papa went across the ocean, and from the way they described it in their letter, I wouldn't like it very much at all. The rich people on such boats travel in first or second class, but the poor people travel in steerage. So I want you to stop and think right now. So the steerage of a ship, I should have already had this pulled up, sorry. The steerage of a ship in 1920, if you've ever seen the movie An American Tale, where they're in the boat coming to America, it's the Mouse Fivel. Anyways, that's steerage, okay? So there were all these people speaking different languages. They all sing, okay? All of that kind of stuff. So why would it possibly be a bad idea for Rifka to travel to America in steerage? Yeah, because she's like a magnet for diseases, right? She's had typhus and ringworm. Okay, here we go. So I'm on 73 now. So I bought my ticket on a ship that has no classes. All the people traveling to America on the ship are equal. It is very democratic. Democratic is one of the words the lady from the highest has taught me. I have been learning English. The highest lady brings me books and tutors me. Once she took me to an American movie about Tom Mix. Tom Mix is a cowboy, Tova. Do you know what that is? He rides around on a horse all the time and shoots at bad people. I think Tom Mix loves his horse as much as Uncle Zeb loved Lotka. I remember Uncle Zeb now like he was in a dream. So many new things fill my life, Tova. I need to remind myself of how we struggled in Berdichev. If it were not for the Pushkin and for these letters to you, I would sometimes think I had dreamed all the terrible things about Russia. But when I read the Pushkin, I know my memories are real. This morning I said goodbye to my friends in the park, especially Giselle. I have decided to bring a present to Sister Katrina to thank her for all she has done. She loves flowers. I will go to the market at the Grunplatz and buy her the most beautiful bouquet I can find. I have money. Papa has been sending it to me all along, and except for some food and clothes, I have spent very little. Tonight, Marie and Gaston have planned me a little party. Tova, when I get to America, an entire ocean will stand between us. Until now, I could have come back to Berdichev. Not safely, but still, I could have come back. Only land separated us. Now there will be this great ocean between us. I can't swim across an ocean to get back to Berdichev. And you know something, Tova? I don't want to. I will work in America and find a way to do everything, just as I told the Polish girl on the train from Matzev. Maybe when I write and tell you how wonderful America is, you will change your mind and come too, bringing the rest of our family with you out of Russia. Then we will all be together again. Aunt Anna, Uncle Avram, Hannah, Bubby Ruth, everyone. But especially you, Tova. Tova and Rifka. Imagine it. Two clever girls in the United States of America. Shalom, my dear cousin. Rifka. Okay, you need to go back to your packet. You should already have the first couple questions answered. Then you need to find all the different examples of figurative language, okay? I think there's 7 of them in there. 3 of them you have to be able to explain what the author is trying to say. So here's the deal. If you can't really figure out what the author is trying to say easily, then don't choose that as one of your examples of figurative language, okay? So, get your journal done and then go on to chapter 12.